Well, the conditions seem almost perfect, don't they? Certainly for the pole vaulters. And here we go. This is the women's 2,000 metres. An event, distance that's not run too often. So it certainly gives all of these competitors, we've got 10 of them, and 2 pacemakers that I've mentioned. They're going on the outside. We'll see them shortly. It gives them an opportunity to run a personal best. And maybe at this time of the season as well, rather than going over the 1,500 metres or the 3,000 metres, it's a great opportunity. So we're seeing there Christiansen on the inside, Swedish athlete, Lucan from Slovenia, Alapakina, authorised neutral athlete, Bortolini from Italy, Cherono there from Kenya. She's a World Championship silver medalist in the 5,000 metres, going back to 2013 now. That was in Moscow. So she's got a personal best, 5:35. She's done this before, this distance. Morvi there of the Czech Republic. She's a 6 times national champion over 815, so stepping up in this distance. Olympic finalist we've just seen just go out the picture there. Gebra Zebra of Ethiopia. Barta from Sweden. I think Sayum and Barta in the wrong order according to my start list, but it doesn't matter, they're on the start line. Sayham, the World Indoor Championship silver medalist in the 1,500 metres. That was back in 2016. And the next athlete alongside Barta is Francine Nibenthaya. She'll be coming into the shot shortly. Moved up, of course, now to the 5,000 metres. And doing it extremely well from a former 800-metre athlete. She just keeps getting better at this distance as the season progresses. Winner of the Diamond League in Zurich. They had a great race around the streets, around the museum last week. It was great to see. And the 2 women on the outside, they are giving the designated pace. We've got 2 pacemakers, Paracic of Croatia and Guevara of Spain. Guevara herself, she's a great athlete in her own right, sub 2-minute performer over the 800 metres, 4:02 over the 1,500 metres, and it's going to take some real quality and some real teamwork for these 2 women to really push the pace on. So we're really fortunate, aren't we, Tim, that we managed to have a call online with the meet organisers of all these meetings. And we managed to talk to Alfonso Juk, who's the meet director of this one. And he explained to us, it's the 71st edition of this obviously historic meeting, but Zagreb has never had a world record. So we're not promising one this evening, but this race has definitely been set up with a really fast time in mind.
Absolutely, yeah. Neon Saba has been in astonishing form. She is one of those DSD category athletes who was stopped from running at distances between 400 and 1,500 metres, and she chose to go up to the high end of her range as an 800-metre runner, a 1:55 800-metre runner. It has really raised eyebrows, her ability to run 8:19 for the 3,000, which she managed in Paris to be the 5th fastest of all time, and 14:25 for a big win over 5,000 metres in Brussels just last week or 10 days or so ago. But she's slotted into 3rd place here, and I think there's a realistic chance here of her going for the world record, Jenny. That first lap, 64.5, well, it was pretty much spot on, and she's going with the pacemakers here in that orange vest. Guerrero is going to have to work very hard. I think she's the pacemaker who's expected to take Neon Saba through to the difficult section, through the 3rd quarter of the race.
Yeah, well, I can always tell. It's a good indication, isn't it, when you see the field strung out right from the beginning, and that's the way it's unfolded right from the gun. But very, very sensible economic pacemaking so far. We've been given a split at 800 metres of 2:09, which, of course, if you work that out, it's 64.5 seconds for 400, which is exactly the time that the pacemaker took them through that first 400 metres. So she's got herself to 700 metres, and she's carrying on as Guevara is now in charge. So we're looking at 2:09 at 800 metres, and I think we're going to be slightly inside that.
A long way inside it, Jenny, you're right. Well, I say a long way inside it. Actually, the clock always seems to stop her when they've taken 2 or 3 strides past the line. So pretty much perfect pacemaking. Good job done by Maja Pakaric, the Croatian, for the first 700 or so. And now Guerrero, the burden is on her. They're looking to get to 12 laps, 1200 and 313. So we are looking for another 64 here. Guerrero out in front, working very hard. She is a 159 and 402 performer herself, but she really works hard with the upper body, doesn't she? She's not a tall, linear performer, but covers the ground well enough.
I'm really, really impressed by the Guerrero. She's done the, cross-country championships. She's been a great 800-meter runner. She's had that successful transition to 1500 meters, and she's a great pacemaker as well. And I think she's one of the only women in the world who could take them through in this pace and do it really sensibly and really economically, because that's what these women need behind them to have a really good chance of holding in now on this last lap.
Well, 2 laps to run, 3:13.9. It's still great pacemaking. She's done her job very well as Esther Guerrero of Spain. 2 laps to run now, Jenny, and I tell you what, that is Gebreziba, the 4th placer in the Tokyo 1500 meters, who's just latching onto the coattails of Neon Saba. Now, the Burundian has shown that she's got enormous strength over the last 2 or 3 weeks for a 155 800-meter runner, and this is where she's going to have to push on hard. I think this lap, although we know she's got great finishing speed, Gebreziba, at the age of 20, has just tucked in there in the slipstream, had an easy ride, I say easy in inverted commas, for 3.5 laps, and Neon Saba has still got a race on her hands, albeit maybe heading here for a world best, or what you would call in brackets, a world record.
Yeah, I've been very, very impressed with the young Ethiopian there, Gebreziba. She ran fantastic. She was beaten by 3 of the best women of all time over the 1500 metres, Kipyegon, Muir and Hassan. But I think Nibansaya's got a race to win here. Maybe in her head she's thinking she's still got the race to win. She might let the time go. 4:20.23.
4:20.23. The splits have been absolutely spot on. They were actually looking for 4:18. But to get a new world best for outdoors, she needs to run this last lap in just around 65 seconds, Neon Saba. And Gebreziba, Jen, as you can see, has the temerity to challenge us. Neon Saba there on the back straight. And the Burundian digs deep and clings on to that inside line.
Yeah, she's a very good athlete, the Ethiopian athlete, and we've shown how much commitment she's got. I think Nibansaya definitely knows she's got the race to try and win first and foremost. 150 metres, it looks like she has got the race wrapped up. How quick can she cover that last 100 metres? She's
got 20 seconds to cover about 110 metres. She comes into the straight, Jen. I think she's going to do it. That world record, world best by Sonia O'Sullivan from 94, 5:25.36. Watch the clock. The clock ticking, she's going to be way inside it, 5:21.61. It is a world best. It's not an official world record distance for the IAAF, or the World Athletics, as I should say, as they have been for some years. 5:21.61. Jen, she has just broken the world best by what, about 4 seconds, 3.7 seconds, something like that.
And at last, the Greb, there he is. There's Alphonse, the meet director. He will be absolutely ecstatic. The 71st edition and Zagreb's first world record. And adding to the mix as well, the fastest time ever posted, so the time we were talking about was the world outdoor best, was actually by Dibaba indoors, a slightly quicker time, 5:23.75. So Nibansaya's time there has surpassed that one as well. The fastest time ever in the world, indoors and outdoors.
Yeah, it tidies it up, doesn't it? It's always a little bit strange when an indoor world record is quicker than the outdoor version, but that is the quickest time. An out-and-out world best. She's been handed a world record card, as you saw. What I do love about Neon Saba is she wears her heart in her sleeve. She grits her teeth. She looks mortal when she races. She really works hard in every one of these quick races. There is controversy, of course, because of that DSD issue. But that aside, you have to admire this athlete for 100 reasons. She trains hard. She works very hard. She races and gives 101%. And